Alright, let's hit that. Oh, oops. I didn't make myself appear yet. There we go. Magic. You know people have days off, right? Like, we don't work every single day. Yeah. So you're gonna at least, you know, I've been planning this thing out, old sport. I know, right? I planned out that we're gonna have basically every Saturday. Oops. That's what the capitalists want. Which is funny that that's what the capitalists want when literally reducing things down to like a 4-day work week improves productivity. Like, actually, the less you work, the more productive you are. It's crazy. But nope, capitalism got a capitalism. Hey, Nook. Happy Saturday. For today's news, a very brilliant fellow named Blathers will be joining us. Blathers has a keen interest in biology, past and present, and he's here to study. Sincerely hope everyone lends cooperation. Inquisitive residents should stop by his tent for details. That's all for me. Get out there and enjoy the day. So our big goals today is we got to do whatever missions Blathers wants us to do. And then we got to finish the shop. We only need 10 more iron. I think that shouldn't be too hard to get. So we'll do that. Oh, and we got our wetsuit today, so we'll have to go... We're going to have to go explore with that. So yeah, we do have a lot to do. Well, let's go see Blathers. We already pre-saved some stuff to donate. Hey, Blathers, old sport. Oh, a pleasure to meet you. My name's Blathers. I'm exceedingly interested in the ecosystem of this island. Thus, I've come to conduct research. Could it be that you're the personage who chose this location of this tent? Yep. Indeed, what a splendid job to align the island with nary a feather. Now, regarding the aforementioned research, truth be told, I determined to open a museum and henceforth dwell on this island amongst you. So, should you discover a new type of insect or fish, do be kind to bring it here. Please exhibit these creatures as well as those you gave Tom Nook in the museum. Though I confess, there is one other small problem regarding said museum. That is, I lack the number of exhibits needed to secure permission to open the museum proper. Empty display cases will not do. I'm told display cases with something is another matter, which is where I come in. Woot woot. You see, it's not only insects and fish I plan to display, but fossils too. Because it's different. Literally, that's it. I did the same thing with Pokemon. If you go watch the old Pokemon playthroughs, it's the same thing. Switch to land beyond the river. Pen feather, this primitive thing. Silly you. I have a solution. Let's populate the entire deserted island. Pardon me. Vile data to your Nook phone. Well, Sable Falls. You can now make a vaulting pole. Pole can be used to propel yourself across rivers. I sent DIY for a shovel to dig up fossils as well. Cross the river and seek out ancient relics. I've blathered for too long. Well, let me leave you with this. I must acquire 15 more pieces. Alright, so that gives us our goal for today. We gotta get 15 pieces. There's a lot. I don't remember what we gave Tom Nook exactly, but I know there's still a lot of stuff to give. We got these 3 things, plus everything else. So we're gonna start off with these 3. Let's make a donation. Oh god, please tell me we don't have to donate one at a time. Oh, this is undoubtedly a carp. Sure. I don't know why I said yes. Carp have teeth in their throat. Are carp one of those fish that you can fish up with your arm by having them bite you? I think it's called noodling. That sounds right. Yep, I've got more. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this one at a time. Goldfish. And go to a foot. Yeah, if you ever see those videos of like people like buying goldfish from like a pet store and then releasing them into the wild, that's just like, it's killing most of those fish. But if any of them do survive, they're like invasive and it's just not good for the environment. Koi, wonderful. Oh, here's a story. You know what? The other thing I'm worried about with the series is that I worry I'm just going to be telling the same stories over and over again. That in the original 365 days, I just told the stories, and now here we are again, and I'm just going to tell the same fucking stories. A very real possibility. But, yeah, with goldfish. So back in the day, Walmart used to have like giant goldfish displays. Like they used to have like an entire like fish section. And I used to actually be scared of some of those fish. The ones with like the big beady eyes and whatnot. They used to scare the shit out of me. Oh, he gave us some iron. How much? If he gave us... Oh, we only need like 2 more. Admittedly, I'm going to use some of this iron. But we only need like 2 more. Okay, so yeah, no matter what, we're going to make that shop today. Alright, now I'm going to make a vaulting pole. Just 5 softwood. We could do a metal axe. But we don't need to chop down any trees at the moment. So let's just do a stone axe instead. That increases our durability without having to chop things down. Oh, there was something there. Oh, that was a dung beetle. We've already given dung beetle, so I don't gotta worry about that. Snowboy 1. Snowboy 2. We can start working on trees and rocks. Okay, there's 10,000 bells. Yeah, now with this new alignment system, it's now easier than ever to get a perfect rock. I think that's all the iron. I think we can do the shop right now if we wanted to. Let's get this. Black bass. I don't remember if we donated it or not. We'll find out. I do have a tool wheel now. I do have to remember to use that. Yeah, I think because we're basically already there on the shop. I think we'll take care of the shop first, and then do all the fishing and the bugging and whatnot. And I'm gonna take care of everything on this side of the island before we go to the other side. Yeah, being able to craft everything from storage now is so convenient. That just makes our life so much easier. And I do see that as well. Oh, look at... Okay, we now have enough nuggets. We got our shovel, which is destined to break. Oh, pill bug. It's probably already gone. Okay, I'll take pill bug. Because we do need to pay off our house. Alright, let's go put stuff in storage. Get out the material. Get out one of every wood, 50 iron. And let's get that shop built. And I think we're going to put the shop on the other side of the river. Not that we're, like, running out of space or anything. I think it'll just be easier. God, we got so much hardwood from that. I do need to plant coconuts. Put in storage. Alright, let's grab from our storage. We need 30 of that. 30 of that. 30 of that. Oh, hey, we got a thingy. For filling up our storage. So most of the, like, bingo achievements are on the second tier. So I know we, like, the only one we could have, you know, gotten so far is, like, that one. I think most of them are on the second tier. So I'm not really worried about the bingo stuff. At least not yet. Alright, let's go get our shop. Welcome. About building a shop. I'd like to donate. Thanks so much for helping. You brought everything we needed all at once. Yep, these are all for you. Thank you. Please take an analog kitchen scale, green flaring, and a sturdy box. So we have all the materials, we can start construction. Pick the perfect location. Now, I cannot remember if the shop will be built tomorrow or if it'll take an extra day. Alright, so I'm assuming it'll change it after we do that. Because the other thing we gotta figure out with Tom Nook is, a new villager. Because we had that one guy. Judas? I can't remember what his name was. Alright, let's cross the river. This is our first time exploring part of the island. Of course, we can't go up yet. We're still stuck down here. We got entirely new parts of the island to explore. I also don't remember when the Able sisters show up. I think it's after, like, a week. Oh, and we got roses on our island. Okay, that's nice. That's good to know. There's our first fossil. Dig up a fossil. So, I don't know if I said this already. We are not doing the complete museum in this series. I've done the complete museum before. It took us forever. I'm not doing that again. I'm good. I did it once. We're gonna do some stuff in the museum, obviously, over the next 30 days. But it takes, again, 6 to 8 months to do the museum. We're not doing that again. And God, the art stuff, we got so unlucky with art in the original series that it took like 4 to 5 years to get all the art. No, I'm not doing art again. God, no. I would bet we've donated a common butterfly. I think we're gonna put the shop probably, yeah, like right here. Yeah, let's imagine it. Yeah, I'm fine with that. And I'm pretty sure the next quest Nook will give us is villagers housing. So that's why I'm less worried. Need any assistance? Make a donation. Let's, I guess, start with our dab. Undoubtedly a dab. Fascinating stuff. Let's do a fossil. And I knew I hadn't donated the damselfly yet. An incredible, remarkable find. I digress. Back to the matter. Let me assess it. I want to say the fossils were the easiest thing to do, because the fish are not hard. They just take a while. Whereas the fossils, you get 4 fossils a day, and while you have to deal with repeats, outside of that, it's not actually that bad. Oh, it's a sea turtle. I don't know dinosaur names. I was not, outside of like the T-Rex, I was not a dinosaur kid. Yes, I've got plenty more. And you won't let me once the full museum's there. Yes, damselflies. Alright, and we'll go look for the other because there should be 2 more. So so that way we can maybe get them all assessed at once, potentially. Ecological. Yep, just like I was saying with goldfish. They can be ecological nuisances. Is winter. Yeah. Because I think that's the first yellow perch we found. I don't know, I haven't really been keeping track. This is... So, I've had my ups and downs with complaints about this game. Some complaints, I think, are just people being mad that this game isn't something else. Other complaints I do think are completely valid. One of the valid complaints is how decompressed this game is. How, you know, we have to listen to every text box, everything. You know, we can't just multi-donate right off the bat. We gotta do it one at a time, as slow as possible. Again, I think that gets fixed later, but even still, you know, the game's taken its sweet arse time. Okay, we got a ton. I'm actually not going to do anything with the apples. I want to wait until all of our apples are, like, synced up, and then we'll do the apple collecting and whatnot. But I can. We can get a manila clam. Hey, this gives me an idea for fish bait. God, fish bait. Oh, you know, that's one of the... now that I say that, the number one reason for multi-crafting in this game is fish bait. Fish bait is the most miserable thing in the game. And now that we can just multi-craft it, it's not an issue anymore. Of course, if we can't multi-buy stuff from the store, then tickets are now the worst thing. Tickets were always bad, though. We don't have Captain yet. We don't have a hotel. I've been told the hotel unlocks when you get a 3-star island. So we've still got... I honestly don't even know if we will see the hotel before the series ends. Just by, like, the nature of things. You know, 30 days from now... Because, like, we're only going to have the first shop. By the time the series ends... we will not have upgraded our shop. We just won't be that far along. And I have no problem with it taking 30 days to upgrade the shop. I really don't. My problem is that there's only one shop upgrade. But I feel like, again, there are valid complaints... and there are complaints that people want this game to be something else. I do think the shop only having a single upgrade is a valid complaint. We got another goldfish. Looking for one more fossil. Again, I'm like 90% sure I gave Tom Nook a common butterfly. And probably a moth as well. But just because I don't have any proof. Here's our last fossil. Oh, that is new, though. That's a paper kite. Do we have a back? Yeah, okay, we do. I was like, I would think it would make sense if every island has like a back dock. But I didn't honestly know. Because you need a place for Jolly Red to stop. Take it back now, y'all. I've seen so many videos of people doing the cha-cha slide with the new movement thing, which I do think the new movement thing is a good thing. I haven't done any terraforming yet, but based on what I've seen online... Wow, we've already filled it up? Holy carp. We don't need a goldfish. Alright, let's just see what this is. Do manila clams... No, they don't stack. Ooh. Sure, I guess we'll bury that in the hole. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is another problem that we're gonna have to deal with. Oh, I forgot about that. We need to increase our inventory. That's something we're gonna have to get to, like, ASAP. I know we're working on it. I think it was like 8,000 Nook miles. Okay, so we did give him the common. I figured, I just didn't know. Yes, we got one more thing, and then we got the fossils. And then I think that means we're only missing one. So maybe after we'll do some deep sea diving. We also got to do the snowman. Black and white striped paper kite. It's pretty poisonous. Did we have flea on the bingo? Again, I have not looked at the bingo card since we generated it. Do we have flea on the bingo chart? Can we even get fleas in the winter? That... Oops. That might be an issue, now that I think about it. I don't know if we can have fleas in the winter. Okay, we can multi-assess. That's good. I was like, watch us already get a duplicate. That would be funny. Plesiosaurus. Yep, I've got more. And yeah, maybe we'll do some diving to get our last one. I know we can just tell him no, that no, we don't want to hear anything, but... Now, I do wonder if he gives us the ladder. If not, then who gives us the ladder? It might be Tom Nook. Because that's the one thing. Tools have to be fixed. Except for the vaulting pole and the ladder. The vaulting pole and the ladder are unbreakable. For some reason. And like, if they had just made gold tools unbreakable, I would have no issues. But because they're not, it's just never worth it. It really is never worth it. Alright, we need one more donation. We also do have to gather, since we donated most of our wood, we do have to gather some more wood and some more iron and whatnot. Of course, you can get unlucky. There are no gemstones. Outside of gold, I don't think there are any gemstones in this game. So that's not anything we ever have to worry about. No, gemstones are a new leaf thing. Alright, let's go... Maybe we should do the snowman first. Because I know both the snowballs are like right in front of our house. Okay, I think that was a Nook Miles to get 3 snowflakes. Yep. Let's go make a snow boy. Oh shit. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. I was getting a spam call. We do also have to find the bottle. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it's around here somewheres. Also, I was thinking about it last night. I don't want to do the Happy Home Paradise stuff again, because we already did it. But then I remembered there are like certain customization features that you only unlock by doing the Happy Home Paradise. So we might have to do the Happy Home Paradise. As much as it's like not something that really interests me again. Even though I don't mind the Happy Home Paradise. This is wrong. Yep, so close. It's the little details that matter. And we get nothing. That's what sucks about, you know, if you screw up the perfect snow boy, you get nothing. Which is just cruel. Alright, let's get... Oh, wait, no. Let's go throw some stuff in storage. And then we'll put on the wetsuit and go deal with that. Yeah, sure. It's different. And we can wear a wetsuit. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. Hey, bud. What's up? Just love a good massage. So we do have to talk to our villagers. Both because there's, you know, achievements to do so, and... I know another complaint that I see people have with this game that I also do agree is a valid complaint, is the fact that the villagers just don't have as much personality in this game as they used to. Okay. Okay, swimming controls are pretty basic. We got a Welk. So I don't think we're going to make a full circle around the island, but we'll at least go up the coast. It's a sea slug. Yeah, I don't mind diving. It is slower, but that's okay. Because that was the first, if I remember correctly, the first big update of the game added diving. Which was, you know, I know some people were mad at the time. It was very clearly they waited to add diving so that way, you know, they could roll out new content. So that way they could continue releasing things. And you would have thought that, oh, the developers would be like, oh, well, let's just keep rolling out content over the next, like, year or two. And then we got, like, 2 more updates that added minor things. And then, like, a year later, we got the big 2.0 update, and that was it. Like, in hindsight, it's very clear that Nintendo never thought that this game was going to be as big as it is. The second, third best-selling Switch game, the biggest game of 2020, that was just not something they had expected. And instead of, like, pivoting to try to continue to support this game, to keep doing stuff, that was clearly just not an interest of theirs. They instead just kind of let it die. And the only reason I think we're getting an update on the Switch 2 is because they want to monetize, you know, people who have already played the game, playing it again on Switch 2. I'm just surprised they made it $5. Like, the Switch 2 upgrade, every other Switch 2 upgrade has been 10. Except for this one. This one's only 5. Maybe it's because this game has a bigger install base that they knew, like, oh, well, we can charge less for it. And that means more people will probably buy it. Which is probably true. An oyster. I'm trying to think what Pascal likes. I know Pascal likes some of this stuff. I just don't remember what. Because I know there is a bingo board thing to meet Pascal. I just don't remember if it's an oyster. I don't think it's an oyster. It's probably a mussel that he likes. I did see a balloon, but I bet it went up on the mountaintop. So there's nothing we can do about that. Deep diver. We do need to do... We need to... I know I mentioned last time we need to do eyebrows. We also have to do a passport at some point. It's a pale chub. Alright, let's go donate something to Blathers. We clearly have a bunch of stuff we can donate. And my guess is the museum will be built tomorrow. It'll be in the building phase tomorrow, and it'll be fully built on Monday. Same thing with the shop. It'll probably be in the building phase tomorrow, and then fully built the day after. I guess let's just do the pale chub. Pale chub. Love nothing more. Huzzah, hooray! We inquired the numbers of specimens required. At a loss for words, never would I imagine we reached such a donation goal. On our very first day. Thanks for making this possible. Submit an application to make a proper museum. In case and prepare the museum's opening. Thank you so much. Okay, so we will have to hold on to some of this stuff. So I'm kind of like the last time we did it. I'm just gonna set up a bunch of, donation spots right outside the place, and then we'll start getting stuff ready. Oh, hey, I didn't know you were here. Home. Lord, do you have any pickled herring pizza? God, that sounds miserable. Thanks for the wake-up call. Forgive a waterlogged bird brain. Reading your vacant expression. Guess I dozed off. Character trait of mine. Don't worry there, fella. I just called for help using my handy-dandy. Oh gosh, my phone's broken. My communicator. Need communicator parts. Will you look for my communicator parts? Sure. Thank you. Buried in the sand. For some reason, I thought it starts you off with just one, and then each time you meet him, it goes up. No, we're starting straight up with 5. Oh, that's miserable. Alright, I do also want to plant some coconut trees. We don't need that many. But I'll probably still plant the full, dozen. Or the 8 that we have. And honestly, the only reason you really need to plant coconut trees is for bugs. There are certain bugs that only grow on coconut trees. That's it. That's the only reason you plant coconut trees. Because coconut, any island you go to, will have plenty of coconuts. There's our bottle. I wish they had other fruit trees. Like, older games had, banana, or New Leaf had banana, and it had, durian. And I kind of wish this game had banana and durian. I'm actually going to leave a gap. Let's plant our last one right there. Iron shelf. Alright, let's look up and down this beach for communicator parts. Hey, child. Your new home. More stylish furniture. Got anything else? Hey, Silver's Jazzy, how you doing? Let's see, what was in that present? Okay, just some clay. Come out, you communicator parts. We ate something with... Oh, yeah. That would suck. I'm doing fine. It's weird, because normally we stream late at night. The fact that it's, like, noonish right now is kind of weird. Like, I feel like it's much later in the day, even though it's actually early in the morning. Or, you know, not early in the morning, but it's noon. Plant a coconut tree. We do have to plant an apple tree, but I'm not super, you know, stressed out about that. Because we can do that at any point. Only wake up really late. Oops, it's 5 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, I totally get that. Okay, there's 3. There's 4. Just need 1 more. And this will probably be 5. Nope. Wait for you to switch to charge. Yeah. Yeah. Mine never leaves my dock. That's the thing. I play like 90% on the dock. Now my Switch Lite, on the other hand... Actually, I was thinking about that. So I'm talking about it during the podcast tonight. But there's a rumor going around that we're gonna get an announcement of a Switch Lite sometime in the next, few months. And while I personally don't really believe it, it does bring up an interesting thing. Like, do we need a Switch 2 Lite? Because, on one hand, I think the Switch Lite did well enough. I knew a bunch of people who never owned like an OG Switch, but owned a Lite. So maybe that's where the, you know, it's coming from. Because I only got a Switch Lite right before the Switch 2 came out. I got one for like pennies on the dollar. And I actually kind of like, yes, it is definitely a little bit more of like kid's toy than a Switch. But I don't actually have a problem with that. I don't know. Admittedly, I only ever used the Switch Lite to play Balatro. It could also be a Switch 2 OLED. I kind of doubt that, because I feel like if it was going to be an OLED, then they just would have done the default system as an OLED. Which is kind of surprising they didn't, but it's clear they wanted to keep costs down. And the fact that the Switch 2 is probably going to go up in price in the next few months is, you know, them not going OLED and saving the $50 to $100 probably is going to be best in their favor. Because, yeah, the Switch 2 is probably going to go up in price. We don't know when, but between the tariffs and the RAM shortages, it's only a matter of time. I mean, like, light version of a Switch 2, the equivalent to a Switch OLED. Just be a normal. Oh, like a new model of, like, the OLED? Or, like, a Switch 2 Lite OLED? Yeah, I don't... No, if this was any other company, I could totally see it. But Nintendo, when they abandon a console for the next one, they abandon it. Like, you know, we're still getting PS4 games in 2025. 2020... I don't know if a PS4 game has come out this year, so that's why I said 2025. Meanwhile, Nintendo, like... Tomodachi Life and Rhythm Heaven are gonna be the last Switch games. After that, no, Nintendo's abandoning the console. Which I know some people hate, but like, I get it. Thanks for all the return the favor. I'm gonna send you something to knock your flippers off. Now you're just gonna pace back and forth for hours. I still think that's a funny line. Like them acknowledging that it's a video game. Alright, so let's store some stuff down here on the beach. We've got... that. We've got that. We got one of these. Oh, that's bigger. Either 3.0. Yeah, no, we're currently playing on the Switch 2 upgrade. Admittedly, because we started a brand new island, I haven't seen any of the new content. But the game does seem to run smoother. I think load times are just a little bit quicker. I think I haven't bought any of the Lego stuff, but all the Lego stuff is really neat. I do like all the Lego creations. Those are a lot of fun. I hope we get to the hotel sooner or later. I don't have access to that yet, but I hope we do get that. The grid system is very nice. I like that everything works on a grid now. Because, well, yes, it does make terraforming easier. It also makes hitting rocks easier as well. So no, I don't mind the grid system. Yeah, that's nice. It is definitely interesting to be in winter for the first time in a while. Shop his construction kit. We're going to be open. Oh, so the shop will be open tomorrow. That's fantastic to hear. So the other thing is tomorrow I want to buy turnips. I have not done turnips in a long time. Oh, see, you started your island off as well. See, I literally just started 2 days ago. Because even though I like my old island, I had fun with my old island, I felt like it was time for a change. After spending over 1,000 days on the old island, having a new one is nice. Talk about, what should I do? Thank you for gathering those materials from the shop. Thank you for advice on how to build the island. Okay, so we can't do anything there yet. Let's check our daily items at the Nook Stop. Yeah, I definitely... Starting a new island is, I think, the way to go. I understand people wanted to keep their old one. But I'm glad I did it. Oh, you keep... Okay. Okay, so our pocket organization, we barely have enough. Ooh. We barely have enough for that. Yeah, we're gonna get that pocket. We're gonna get that pocket organization thing. I do need that. Just having more inventory is gonna be so nice. So yeah, I want to buy turnips tomorrow. But I'm worried Daisy May isn't gonna be there because of the shop. But it looks like we're going to have a shop tomorrow. So I think Daisy May is going to be there. Admittedly, I could probably Google it and find out. But I think I'm going to let it surprise me. Oh, we can buy a Switch. Oh, wow, that'd be like all of our money. An outdoor table, a plane cap, some shirts. They were in a different color. Because right now we're just running around in our, like, loafers. Yeah, look at all this Lego stuff. Oh, like that. Oh, that's so cute. I want that one especially. I'm saving money right now. But eventually I think I'm going to do a Lego room. I think it's so cute. The Mario stuff is cool. Yeah. I'm sure the Zelda stuff comes along eventually. We'll get there. Or maybe the Zelda stuff is through the hotel now that I think about it. What you got for me today? Director's chair and a barbecue. Okay, you do now sell a shovel. I guess because it's Blathers, you're guaranteed to get the shovel through Blathers. There's no reason to, like, sell you the DIY. But what about, like, normally they sell the DIY so that way other players can get it? I mean, luckily I have the amiibo, so I'm not... So, like, I can do that. You know, I do have some amiibo. Boy, do I have some amiibo. I've spent too much money on amiibo. So yeah, it looks like the museum is going to be built. The shop is going to be built. It looks like we're making good progress. We messed up the Snowboy today, but that's no issue. And look at that, we've got another 10 in... Oh, that's so nice to have. Stream kind of delayed. Okay. Alright, I'm going to organize this. How did I do it? Okay, if I remember last time, it went vaulting pole, ladder, fishing rod, net, probably shovel, axe, slingshot, watering can. That sounds like how I would do it. So I'm actually going to leave that slot open. Yeah, I feel like having the shovel straight down was important. That sounds right. Alright, let's go back out into the water. Now that we've got some inventory space, we'll do a loop around the island. And then... because we still can't go up onto the hills. So that's still off limits for us at the moment. But we should be able to do everything else. Look at that. I got a sea anemone. The enemy of my enemy is a frenemy. There it is. That's what Pascal likes. A scallop. Hey, Pascal. That scallop of yours, can I have it? Sure, here you go. Thanks for the generosity. So you were cool about the scallop? I left you a cool recipe. The pearls you need for that recipe are rare, but you can sometimes find them on the ocean floor. Keep my eyes open too, and I might trade for a scallop when I find one. It's give and take. It's give and give. Some truth on you, the deep kind. Feel this. Maybe statues are just folks who aren't in such a rush all the time, man. Consider yourself truth. Have a good day. I like Pascal. I do. I like his hippie advice. It's fun. Now we do need to get a second scallop. But we should have no issues. So, Silvers, what'd you name your island? Got some seaweed. Gnarly. I wonder if there... Could we use that in cooking recipes? We have not gotten a single cooking recipe yet. It's not that big of a deal. But I have definitely thought about that. And we're going to have to take care of that at some point. Because again, I haven't looked at the bingo board. But I think one of the bingo achievements is cooking. Okay, no, the beach is this way. Oh, we're getting so many sea slugs. I don't know what it is, but we're in sea slug country. And here we are, Back Island Beach. We can't do anything here, but here it is. You oughta know. Gotta get eyebrows, man. I should look up eyebrows to see if I can find a good, just a pattern that we could. Did you hear that jingle, or was that just me? I swear I just heard something jingle. Couldn't have been the clock. I don't know what that was. You can tell, I can tell it's an anemone, just because if it wasn't, then it'd be like running away. But the anemones just stay in place. Alright, there's a scallop. We did need that. Now that I'm thinking about it with Gulliver, because normally in the game, there are events that happen every day. So like Monday through Friday, there'll be an event. You know, Sable could show up, Kix could show up, Gulliver could show up, Red could show up. But normally those happen Monday through Friday. I didn't know Gulliver could show up on a Saturday. Because normally Saturday events are KK Slider. Maybe it's because we haven't unlocked KK Slider yet that Gulliver could show up on a Saturday. Or maybe that's just a pre-scripted thing that we have to, you know, see Gulliver early on. Because I could believe that as well. That, like, in the first, like, 3 days of you playing, no matter when you start, you're guaranteed to see Gulliver. Oh, there we go. It's a little bit of a runner. All I can think of is the clams from SpongeBob. And how they move. Anemone or seaweed. Yep. Now, it doesn't matter that we're getting scallops today, because it's not like we can... you can only trade Pascal the first one you get each day. Alright, there we go. Back on land. Pole vault across. And let's add to our collection, shall we? We already have a sea slug. We need to place down the anemone. I don't think seaweed... Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think seaweed is a thing. I don't know, we might be able to donate it. If not, then it's just, you know, seaweed. And then, yeah, I think we've got everything else. Yeah, look at how they move. Alright, so those are our deep sea things. Because we don't donate pearls. Oh, and we got a mermaid vanity. Alright, let's go sell these things. And I think that's where we're gonna end off for today. I think so. Oops, not Tom Nook. Maybe we'll do eyebrows real quick. Maybe I'll Google eyebrows. We'll keep our clams. And buy these for a total of 8,000. Yeah, I remember deep sea being a decent way to start making money. And we got 50,000 for turnips. It's not much, but that's, you know, we can invest that money in, and as long as our turnips don't crater, we should be fine. I think. We didn't get a new ice thing to build today. I mean, we got the mermaid thing. I guess we could see what that takes. DIY. Crafted items as favorites. Oh, that's the iron ooh, that's actually pretty nice. Mermaid vanity. Oh, we don't have any of that. Wooden mini table. Okay. Okay, well, we'll worry about that later. So if we open custom designs, save custom designs, there's a chance it'll be seen by other players. Create anything that infringes on others' rights. Alright, let me look up Animal Crossing New Horizons eyebrows. What do I want to go with? Last time we had like a little swoop. So we could do that again. Or do I just want like straight lines? We could also do freckles. As I look through these patterns, I see a bunch of people do freckles. Let's mess around with this one. Okay, let's change the design. When using mouse controls, you can hold down or to draw. Yeah, you know, let's try it now. I have Joy-Cons right here. Alright, so if we hold it down... Oh yeah, sure enough. Ooh, that's a little different. Maybe... Wait, give me a second. Let me find my... My dealie, the... What are these called? The... Oh gosh, what is this called? The, wrist strap? Okay, then we can go to tools. Select fill. Boop, boop. Boop and boop. I do think we do want to change palettes. I want one that's in our browns. It actually might have been easier. Okay, give me a second. So we're gonna go... I think right there. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that looks right. And we should have 2 at the end. Okay, that actually makes our... Oops. Oh, that's... Oops, I used a different shade of brown. Okay, that should be just normal eyebrows. We can also... I'm seeing here they did freckles as well. But I don't think I'm going to do freckles. So, on one hand, I do think that makes drawing easier, but it is also weird. That's for sure. Okay, let's... wear face paint. They're a little high, maybe? I wonder if we can move it down. Is there... Oh, shit. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, that's better. I think that puts it closer to... God, did I make it even though? No, I didn't. I screwed it up. I was gonna say, it didn't look entirely even. Okay, now that's even. There we go. Now we got some eyebrows. So yeah, that's better at least. that is better. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, I think that's where we're going to end off for today, day 3. Yeah, and, you know, we can experiment around with it in the future. But I'm glad to, you know... I think eyebrows are so integral to the face. I don't know, if you've ever seen Impractical Jokers, at one point they shave Murr's eyebrows, and it just looks wrong. You know, Murr without eyebrows just looks wrong. So eyebrows are important. And yeah. So yeah, I think that's where we're going to end off for today. We will be back in the... You know, we'll be back tomorrow. My goal tomorrow is turnips. We've got 50,000 bells. I don't want to spend it all on turnips because it could totally blow up in our face. But just on the off chance that it doesn't, it would be nice to have some turnips. Yeah. But we'll have the shop tomorrow. They're starting construction on the museum. I think it's going to take another 2 days. But just getting some construction is nice. So yeah, we'll be back with that all tomorrow. Actually. Yeah, look at that. And we can just pick things up and move them around. That's cool. Yeah, that's nice. But yeah, no, that's where we're going to end off for today. We'll be back tomorrow with so much more to do. At least that's the hope. You know, it's been a long time since I've done turnips. And I say we did everything I wanted to do in the original series. Technically, that's not true. The one thing we didn't do was King of the Mountain. And while we will not have the time to do King of the Mountain in this series, I'm at least gonna, you know, do something. We're gonna make our house back and more. So, well, this is where I'm ending off today. You know, this is where the stream stops today. I will be back tonight for In Chat. I think we're booting up Pikmin. That sounds right off the top of my head. I know we've got one big news story about Lego. And then we have a few speculative stories. You know, I was talking about the Switch 2 earlier, so we'll do that. And I do have a few Wibby things. I got a food thing. I finished another book. Percy Jackson. Still haven't watched Fallout. So we do have In Chat. So we will be back later tonight with a second stream of, Pikmin in some... You know, we got some stuff. So with that, that's where we're going to end off. So I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Till next time, peace.